of where all this started. I actually think a lot of it dates back to an unexpected place. The 2008 financial crisis. You probably remember it. What happened on the back of the 2008 financial crisis is you had a government in this country, under a Republican administration, mind you, that used public money to bail out a bunch of bankers who made a lot of money when times were good, but got bailed out by taxpayers when money went bad. So what the old left wanted to do in this country was to take money from all those wealthy corporate fat cats and redistribute it to poor people to help poor people. Agree or not, that is what the old left had to say. But something else happened in 2008. Barack Obama was elected as president of the United States. And at that same time, there was a birth of a new left in this country that said the real problem wasn't quite economic injustice. It wasn't quite poverty, not anymore. It was racial injustice and misogyny and bigotry and climate change. And guess what? This was the gift of a generation to Wall Street and big business in this country. Because if you're Wall Street, Occupy Wall Street is a pretty tough pill to swallow. But the new woke stuff is actually pretty easy. You applaud diversity and inclusion. You put some token minorities on your boards. You muse about the racially disparate impact of climate change. After you fly on a private jet to Davos, this is pretty good work if you can get it. But they did not do it for free. They expected the new left to look the other way when it came to leaving their own corporate power intact. And it worked. That is the story of how a bunch of big banks got in bed with a bunch of woke millennials. Together they birthed woke capitalism, and they used that to put Occupy Wall Street up for adoption. And it worked so well for Wall Street that Silicon Valley then got in on the act. And what Silicon Valley realized was that the old breakup big tech actually used to come from the left. So what they said is, we'll make that same deal with you. We will censor hate speech and misinformation as you define it from the internet. But we will not do it for free. We expect the new left to look the other way when it comes to leaving our monopoly power intact. And again, it worked masterfully for both sides. That is the story of this arranged marriage. It is not a marriage of love, I assure you. It is more like mutual prostitution. And the net result of that act was the birth of the woke industrial complex, a new force in modern American life that is far more powerful than either big government or big business alone, because it is a hybrid of the two that together can do what neither of them could do on its own. Now, I have bad news. Starting a few years ago, there is a new actor who showed up on the scene to turn that arranged marriage into a three-party affair. That is none other than the Communist Party of China.